why wouldn't you just come out and name names if you believe there are active pedophiles hurting little boys right now?
Absolutely.
In Hollywood.
And believe me, I would love the pain to stop today. This is about creating a cycle of awareness. This is about opening people's eyes and minds to the fact that this is a real problem, that it really exists. Unfortunately, I have tried time and time again through the years to get this story out, to get the points across, to get the names out.
We've seen you try. We have spoken about this
Absolutely.
for years.
Over and over.
But what about the names? Have you ever named names?
I have. I told in 1993, I told the Santa Barbara Police Department when they came to interrogate me about Michael Jackson, trying to convince me literally that my friend was a pedophile. And I told them, no, he's not. I said, in fact, if you want to know what a pedophile is like, I can tell you very specifically because I've been molested. And they said, oh, really? By who? I said, well, I can give you the names. Here they are. And they said, okay, well, you know, unfortunately, that's not our area. That's outside of our community, our jurisdiction.
Did you ever follow up in the right jurisdiction in Los Angeles?
Because let me tell you something. When you're a kid, when you're an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid, you try telling the police, which is a very big thing to do, and especially when it wasn't even my situation. I was just answering for a friend. Mm-hmm. So the fact that I found the courage to even throw it in there and hopefully get some support, and then they were like, sorry, they just shut it down like it didn't matter. And this was when it was still within the statute of limitation.
That's right.
It was within my 10 years, because in California, we're only allowed 10 years to report these crimes. And if you're a kid, and this happens to you at 12, 13, 14 years old, that means you have until you're 22, 23. Well, how many people by 22, 23 are self-aware enough to know that they can come forward and they won't be scolded, they won't be shamed? I did, and I was shamed.
Want to just tell the audience that we did reach out to the Santa Barbara Police Department. They did not get back to us.
First off, I just want to clarify. A few weeks or a couple months ago, I don't really remember, it's all like a blur, I put out a video called I Think I Found, one of Corey Feldman's Molesters, where I linked it through names that have already been discovered, one being John Grissom, to a John Grissom in North Carolina, and I put out the video. I was wrong, I've apologized for it, but people are still commenting on his videos, so I'd ask you guys to please stop. It's the wrong guy.
Something this easy should be obvious that it's not true. John Grissom. On Google, if you Google John Grissom, it shows this guy's picture. This is John Grissom in North Carolina. And the thing that tipped me off that I thought it was him was underneath his picture on Google, you could see actor, license to drive, and dream a little dream. But Google is wrong this time.
So please, I ask from my heart, can you stop bothering John Grissom in North Carolina? That's all on me. But I did find the right John Grissom. John Grissom. This is the John Grissom that was in the movie. Sails Up, went to amphitheater high school.
Lives in Molotov Cocktail, Sonoma, whatever, I don't know. Mexico somewhere. Blonde hair, John Grissom here. His other Facebook page, he has 3 of them. Production assistant at movie production companies. And there you go. License to Drive and Dream a Little Dream. He also likes The Goonies, Gremlins, and a bunch of other Corey Feldman movies. Corey Feldman watched the video that I made called Finding Feldman's Molester, Cloyd John Grissom. You can see it's on his YouTube page, and he replied to me on Twitter saying well done, and he retweeted it and liked it. To me, this confirms it.
The upside is protecting other little boys right now.
We were abused. Correct, absolutely. And the soonest that I can have protection, I don't have to wait until the film is done. Nobody says that I have to wait till the film is done. But the most important thing right now is that I have security. So I've mentioned that name. It's out there. The name is Marty Weiss. Everybody knows it. It's in my book, okay? There's other names that I've told these names to the police. I can only say what I saw. I was abused by 2 different people.
Who's the second one?
The second one ran a child's club in Hollywood.
So he's not directing films right now, but...
He's not directing films.
What's a child's club?
I just found out that he's working for the LA Dodgers.
He's working for the LA Dodgers. Do you want to just tell us who it is, since now you're going to have 1,000 stories trying to run down the person with that history?
Okay, I can't do that right now until I have legal protection. You understand that. Once I have legal protection, I'm happy to do it all.
Every day you wait, every day you try to raise money, I would imagine you believe that children are being abused by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information, but they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
Who you said, by the way, did not abuse you.
Who Michael was innocent, and that was what the interview was about with the police in 1993. I told them he is not that guy, and they said, well, maybe you just don't understand your friend. And I said, no, I know the difference between pedophiles and somebody who's not a pedophile because I've been molested. Here's the names. Go investigate. And let me push this forward. There are thousands of people in Hollywood who have this same information. Why is it all on me? Why is it if I don't release the names in the next 2 months, 6 months, or a year, I'm the bad guy? I'm the victim here. I'm the one who's been abused. I'm the one who's trying to come forward and do something about it.
But
hold on, please, I'm sorry. There are thousands of people out there, Matt, who have this information. Any one of those child actors that went to the teenage soda pop clubs with me when I was a kid know who those people are and the people who ran it. Anybody can go back through history and look at the teen magazines and say, what was the name of that venue they were all promoting and who ran that venue and who endorsed it?
You've said you've had death threats.
Yes.
Because you have this information and have threatened to expose it. Another reason, I think, to go to police, that's a crime to threaten someone's life.
I've gone to the police with that as well.
And what would be wrong with going to the police now again? Didn't work out in Santa Barbara.
There's a statute of limitations, Matt, in the state of California, which protects people. It's not that way in New York. It's that way only where the movie industry is, conveniently enough, in California. That's the seriousness of this. You cannot, because if I were to go to the police, I would be the one who's getting sued. Henceforth, I need a team of lawyers and I need a team of security to be around me at all times to keep me safe so I can get this message done.
Real
I'm not playing around. It's serious stuff, and I vow I will release every single name that I have any knowledge of, period.
So Corey likes to leave clues. Let's go over these last few clues he just left. He says, look into the soda pop clubs we all hung out at, in the teen magazines. Look who owned the clubs and who endorsed the clubs. And he also mentioned that his molester was working for the LA Dodgers now, his other molester. Now, people have already put this information together. I just don't know exactly how accurate it all is. But Ron Crimson, John Grissom, one of them, Ralph, I forget what he named them, but Alfie Hoffman is what people say. And if Alfie Hoffman is one of them, it's safe to assume that his brother, Bob Hoffman, I think it's his brother, is another one. Now, I've already focused on John Grissom. Let's see what we can find about Alfie Hoffman. Alfie Hoffman still has an old MySpace page. You can see there's a bunch of old flyers and pictures still up. Corey Feldman cordially invites you and your guests to attend a very special affair at Alfie's Soda Pop Club. This is 1987 in Hollywood. There's a bunch of old flyers, talking about teen dancing and all that shit. There's Corey Feldman, Corey Haim in the magazine right there. Bunch of old pictures. I think that's Corey Feldman on the right there with, I'm assuming, Alfie, but I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to tell, but to me it looks like Corey Feldman, maybe Doogie Howser, fucking Carlton from Fresh Prince, maybe Alfie Hoffman, and then a Ghostbuster. Alfie Hoffman still has quite a few Facebook pages up. You can see LA Dodgers, where he is actually working. So the dots start to connect a little bit more. Just last week, World Series Game 2, Dodger Stadium.
I believe there's a lot of darkness in Hollywood right now, and I believe it's been there for quite some time. And as we've seen with the Harvey Weinstein scandal, it continues to unfold. New names come forward every day. Now there's names of misconduct with Kevin Spacey, with this, child actor who came forward today. It's going to continue unraveling. This is just the beginning. It's just the tip of the iceberg. So everything you're seeing is building up to what I believe is going to be a dam breaking open.
Let me...
Fucking stoned.
I just found out that he's working for the LA Dodgers.